Welcome back to episode 2 of Sorare Review. So, last week was our first ever week, and as you can tell now, that 466 and the 2800, we had a freaking good week. So, we'll start off with our Premier League. This was our best week so far. I think I've nailed Bournemouth to have a good game against Burnley. I got lucky with Semenyo obviously scoring the only goal, and Senesi had an insane game. I then got Kelleher to concede a penalty, save a penalty, and get a clean sheet. So, he got up to a 71, and with these three combined, we pretty much already had the 360 target to hit that bonus. Nico O'Reilly did nothing. I should have picked Nunez. It was a 50-50 when I was picking them, and I decided Nico O'Reilly because I thought he'd have an impact. He did absolutely nothing, whereas I think Nunez had a good game. Zubimendi, he played okay, but I didn't need it at this point. These 4 games had already happened, and I was already well above. Lacroix had a bad game, but not as bad as Chris Richards, so it's okay. But then I pretty much relied on Arsenal and Man City to win, and as we can see, it was all good. Moving on to La Liga, Real Madrid, I had Rodrigo, Bellingham, and Fran Garcia and Courtois. These 4 already got me the 360. I was up to like 400 before Gerard Martin played, and he had a good game as well. So we got 10th there, which is crazy. This is the one that finished earlier. I had Starfelt originally. He had a solid game for a 0-0 draw as a defender, so obviously that's pretty good. And then in terms of Atletico, I had 3 of the top 4 players. If I had picked Marcos Llorente, that would have been the top player for obviously defensive-wise for Atletico. But overall, I had a goal scorer, an assist, a clean sheet, and David Hanko, who had a solid game as well. So, annoyingly, only 31st because I had a really good week, but it's okay. Now, this is where I went a bit wrong. He got an assist on Flash Score, so I don't know why it hasn't counted here, but it wouldn't have made me hit that 360, but it probably would have bumped me up a little bit. He scored an own goal, and he was down on 5 points at one point. So I wrote this one off, basically. This one, however, was a pretty solid game. We had a couple of Dortmund, a couple of Bayern Munich, and one Frankfurt. I could have moved the Frankfurt here, to be honest, but then it wouldn't have made much impact. But this one was solid, but I've done Guirassy 2 weeks in a row, and he's done absolutely nothing and got like less than 45 points. So I don't think I'm going to pick him and watch him score next time. And then with my All-Star, annoyingly, yeah, I've still got Murillo to go, so I should be ending up on, I would guess, 270, 280 maybe. But this was a bit of a mess as well, to be honest. Verbruggen had a good game. Pedro Neto and Wesley Fofana did nothing. They were rubbish that game. Bruno Fernandes had a really rare low game. Ollie Watkins got an assist, so he bumped it up a little bit. Granit Xhaka, I didn't expect Sunderland to win because I thought it would be a tight game, but I knew he'd have a good one. And yeah, we've actually started doing pretty good. So overall for this week, we're looking at 2,800 essence. I've already collected 1,000 for the being above 360. And we're actually doing pretty good. So right now we've claimed the Premier League. We have Ligue 1 already at one of the ones, and we've got La Liga there. So next week we have a good chance to get 3,000 extra essence, which is the thing. Like Bundesliga missed, and I think we should be able to, ignore the dog in the background, should be able to get it pretty good now. Reason being is we've got quite a few different Bayern Munich players now, and a lot of Leverkusen ones. So we should be alright. But only a short video this week because there isn't too much. I'm obviously following the Panthers. He's had a ridiculous week again. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see everybody in the next one for my next Sorare review. Goodbye.